Do cease your struggling, my dear. It will do you no good. Even if you could escape my guards, you will not get far. That isn't because you're naked as nature. Although I will admit, parading you through my palace bare as the day you were born has been a true delight. It lifted my court and troops' spirits, and much more, to see the wench that has been causing them such headaches be led by chains. Revealed and exposed for the child that you are. But that aside, my troops will break every bone in your arms and legs to ensure your capture. Not that I need your arms and legs intact for what I have planned for you. I just need your more important parts. Especially for the little trinkets I have just for those parts. I can't wait to have you in my bed, restrained and wrapped in silk, mouth gagged with saliva dribbling out, those beautiful eyes looking up at me, your body writhing as my hands explore every curve and contour, inside and out, to find what makes you tick. My body is buzzing just imagining you exploding in rapturous ecstasy. Before the night is over, perhaps instead of being your queen, I can have you calling me your mother. You broke free of my guards. Impressive. Oh my, you've laid them out on the floor. You're stronger than I gave you credit for. Oh me, oh my, you're charging for me, how frightening. For you. Not disappointing, but not very climactic either. It appears my buffoon of guards need to return to the training grounds. That look of shock on your face is adorable, but a little insulting. Do you think because I'm a queen that I didn't have the smallest modicum of defensive skills? That is a ridiculous stereotype I utilize to lull my enemies into a false sense of security. My dress is even tailored so that I'm not restricted in my movements. Care to try again to test it out? Or do you want to be a good girl and head to our room? Good. What an unkempt weapon you are. Wildly unbalanced, unruly in your strikes, unrefined in your technique, and just a little too slow. You leave yourself open to so many attacks. While you make for a good thief, it is obvious self-defense is secondary, while also just to catch your opponents off guard to let you escape. After all, a female laying out fully grown men tends to take others aback. Darling, that broadsword is too heavy for you. Do you really think it will serve you well? I guess so. You are dumbstruck yet again. Never seen chakrams before? Or never thought weapons so small could repel a weapon so large? Perhaps both. I had a blacksmith make them for me. Carrying a rapier around would be too inviting for the arrogant in strength. But these lovely ladies? Small, easily concealed, and are great for any job I need them for. such as putting a wild animal in her place. Here we go again. You struggle so vehemently against me. You wish to escape me that desperately. No. There would be no point in fighting me like you are if that were the case. You would have torn out of here like a bat from Hades. That fire in your eyes, the fury as you attack me. You don't want to escape. Not yet, anyway. You want to slit my throat more than you ever have before. Not because I've humiliated you. Not because I've clipped your wings and caged you. No. Your fury is derived from... There we go. Having you pinned to the wall with your arms over your head, one of my chakrams at your throat. This will allow me to... Yes, I can see what stokes these passionate flames. You wish to avenge your family. How pathetic. Still able to curl yourself up and give me a good kick. A misstep on my part. But again, I am graced with knowing how strong you are. Dearest, I would forego your sermon of avenging your loved ones and home. After all, none of them would have ever lifted a single finger to avenge you, now would they? Oh, my beautiful girl, do not pretend you are ignorant of your family's true feelings toward you. If I had to describe it, despise or hate would be far too light. The only lies are the ones you continue to tell yourself. What if I told you, my dear, that your parents gave me leave to do with you as I please? They even signed a contract. Oh, but it is true. In fact, they threatened you as much when you went to them, didn't they? When you last went home, last winter I believe it was, the reception you received was chillier than the blizzards hammering my kingdom. Do not play coy, my dear. Your father split your cheek open with his fist. Your mother gave you that nasty scar on your chest with her own nails. And I believe your brother threw you into the pig pen. The peasantry do love to spy and gossip, don't they? I know more than you think. The weeks I've kept you naked and shivering in the dungeon, I dug up every dirty little rumor about you. Scoured for every secret you could be hiding, and I was not disappointed. An unwanted daughter living in the shadow of a beloved brother meant to bring a family rotting in the dirt to the upper echelons of society. A pretty ornament meant to be seen, never heard, and one day given away like a cheap trinket for riches. And they would have those riches. Had you not spat in that young noble's face for attempting to assault you, that is. Since then, your family estranged themselves from you, all the while permitting you to live under their roof, if for no other reason than to take pleasure out of your own misery. They starved you, made you sleep outside, worked you to the bone. You did everything to earn their love. A love you would never have since leaving your mother's womb. It would never be yours. Falling to your knees and putting your hands over your ears while closing your eyes will not protect you, child. This is the truth. You are the fool who chases after the moon, believing that because you can see it, that it is within your grasp. Building tower after tower, stacking brick after brick, working so hard until your body and mind are ready to break, only to inevitably fail and fall even further. Yet year after year, season after season, you will still try to make that climb for that which you crave, only for it to never be obtained. Call me a liar all you wish, child, but your tears tell me I speak true. Your family never loved you. They never even wanted you. You were little more than a pawn they cared nothing for, be useful or not. A means to an end where they would have silken robes and golden crowns placed upon them, all the while leaving you to rot away in nothingness. You poor misguided child. You refuse to accept what you know to be true. Shall I place the final nail in your coffin of denial? Before their demise, perhaps a day or two before your capture, I approached your family. I told them your apprehension and execution was nigh. Should they wish for you to be spared, I would grant their wish. But they would have to abandon their little hamlet and be exiled from my kingdom. Do you know what your family said? They said I could kill you, keep you as a pet, feed you to the lions. They couldn't have cared less, so long as you could no longer bring them shame. This is the contract I mentioned, signed by your family and sealed with their blood, to not only have you disowned, but to ensure you're never allowed within miles of their home ever again. In exchange, they would be handsomely rewarded for surrendering such a dangerous criminal to my court. There they are. Your father's signature, your mother's signature, your brother's signature. Even the cat couldn't resist lending their paw. All they asked for was peace of mind, and for the 10,000 gold coins offered for your capture. Not that they ever got the chance to spend it. Just as they reached their greedy hands for their pouch of gold, my guards bound their hands and ankles and restrained them within their own home as it burned. Their screams as they begged for their lives were exquisite. How shameless of them, begging for their lives when they sold yours. Truly, there is no honor amongst those in poverty. Yes, dear, please do keep calling me a liar. Your denial, it brings me such glee, but deep down you know it's true. You can no longer deny it. Now, on your feet. Do not make me repeat myself, girl. Get on your feet. Good. Allow me to escort you to our room. Guards, do get up off the floor already. Take yourselves to the training grounds. I want you all doing laps until your legs break. Consider it a punishment for forcing me to dirty my hands. Now, let's get you settled in. There, much better. Having you tied to my bed, body splayed out, free for me to do as I please. Dear, these tears, they won't stop. Here, Let me take my thumb and brush it over these wet cheeks. Let me cup them and stare into your pain-filled eyes. My sweet, it infuriated me that your family would so easily abandon someone such as you. Endless potential, room for growth, and more resourceful than anyone I've met. Always working hard for what you believe in, regardless if fruitless. Never accepting defeat, and absolutely no fear if you're outmatched. You work with what you have and find success. Qualities I find admirable in a partner. If only your family had sought to sharpen this intellect and skill you possess, instead of treating you like a tradable object, they would have possibly had one of the greatest figures in their family. One who could truly have lifted them from the dirt and brought them prestige and honor. Instead of putting their eggs all in the basket of a boy who thought bringing others down would make him rise. Why would they do this to you? I truly don't know. What have you done to be brought to this juncture? Beloved, you have done nothing. Yes, you've done nothing, darling. Granted, actions you've taken have landed you here in my care, but the treatment you received prior was and always will be inexcusable. Were you ever introduced to my ranks, I would have made you my right hand. I would have bestowed upon you the second highest honor to Queen Consort. I would have ensured you wanted for nothing and lived in luxury. That life could still be yours. I would happily accept you as my consort, make you my right hand, and bathe you in every luxury, and I will ensure all you will ever want is me. Why you? I've already answered that. Because I've fallen in love with you. Yes, yes. You taste as I imagined you would. Sweet, savory, but also salty. Soft, plump lips that would fit so well with mine. And the way you hesitate and resist makes me want to kiss you until your breath is stolen. I am curious. Has my little thief never been kissed before? I ask because, though you disguised it as resistance, there was a bit of inexperience in your kiss. Oh, really? So I am your first? I wonder, will I also be your first lover? Has your cherry been popped yet, my beautiful thief? That blush. It tells me you haven't. Good. I relish in being able to be your first. Shh, 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 shh. No need for that. It is quite all right you don't know what to do. The more experience should lead anyway. And our night begins with but a single kiss. Stop resisting me. Open your mouth more. Relax. Oh my. My beloved, that was beautiful. Your screams were more beautiful than any harmony of music. I swear, I thought the sun was rising with your climax. You are so beautiful. I cannot wait until the day comes where we both can enjoy each other, and not just me leading the dance. Oh dear, I think you've become delirious, being so considerate of my denied pleasure in exchange for yours. Have I grown on you, darling? Well, don't worry about me. You can treat me another night after you've been properly educated. I cannot have you attempt to bring your future wife to climax while you are still so green. Yes, my beloved. My future wife. In just a few weeks' time, before the entire kingdom, and before the gods, I, Queen Yelani Wisteria Stark, the second, shall become your lawfully wedded lover, wife, and hopefully, mother to any children we choose to have. Oh, my dear, we live in modern times. Anyone can have children with the right imagination.